Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about the story, The First Step, The Girl Who Put Segregation on Trial by Susan E. Goodman. This book is excellent. I would recommend everyone read it when you have a moment. It tells the story about a girl named First it tells a story about a girl named Sarah Roberts. And Sarah was a girl from Boston, and she started attending a school actually when she was 4 years old. The school was one of the best schools in the area. It was full of books, more books than any child had ever seen. It had an excellent education program. One day, the city realized that Sarah was attending this school and she should not be, because it was a school for white children only, and Sarah was African American. And because of this reason, the city kicked her out of the school, and Sarah was forced to go across town to attend school every day. Sarah had to walk past 5 different schools every day that she could not attend because of the color of her skin. And her parents were really upset about this, and they were not going to just stand by while their child was excluded from getting a good education, an equal education that the rest of the children were given every day. And so they went and they fought. They hired an attorney. The attorney was Robert Morris, and Robert Morris was the second African American lawyer ever in the United States. And Morris joined forces with Charles Sumner, who was an attorney that was well known for his speaking, and Charles Sumner was a white lawyer. So a black lawyer and a white lawyer joined forces to fight this case against the schools to allow Sarah and other black children to attend any school to get an equal education. After a couple years, it came back and they lost the case. But the lawyers, the parents, and other people in the community went across the state getting petitions signed for equal opportunities for education for children. And eventually they came back and they won. And Boston became the first city to integrate schools. This happened in 1855. So that is something that I wasn't aware of before, but I think is very important to share. At the end of the book, it tells the story of another little girl named Linda Brown, who was an 8-year-old girl who lived in Topeka, Kansas, which is pretty close to where I'm from. And she experienced something very similar. She was forced to walk across town every day to attend a school, the school that she was allowed to attend, the school for African American children. She used to have to walk through a train yard, which was really dangerous, and the people in her community, hundreds of families, fought and took the case to the Supreme Court, and they won, which started the ability across the nation for all children to be able to attend whatever school they wanted and be allowed an equal opportunity to education. So the book has wonderful illustrations. They are watercolor illustrations, but my favorite picture of all of them is at the very beginning. And this is the first page of the story. And you see the beautiful flag. And when you get to the other side, you can see the class. And this was the class of children that Sarah had started out with. And you see the class full of kids. And in this classroom full of kids, Sarah is the only African American child. And I thought that sent a powerful message. But the book is just full of beautiful historical images. I'm assuming this is the attorney that took her case. It shows them going to the courthouse. and all the people that were there for this monumental event. And it shows even them sitting in front of all the judges and jurors. And they're just beautiful, beautiful watercolor pictures. Overall, I think this is an excellent book. I know that in this class we've read a lot of books about segregation and slavery, but I think this was one of my favorites by far. So hopefully you guys get a chance to read it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed as much as I do. Good night.